So out they come then. And, well, it's local time around about 3 o'clock, so it's certainly a little bit cooler than it was early on. Now the captains of the side, Scott Forrest, number 1 for the Scottish side, and the Tunisian captain, Amo Mazga. Of course, Tunisia have played sevens rugby for a very long time. One might add that certainly North Africa, sevens rugby is alive and well. Morocco play as well, as we know. JP Doyle from England will be the referee for today's match. We've got some Scottish supporters. We've certainly got one.
Okay. All right, happy days, guys. Let's get going.
So Mike Adamson then with the kickoff. It's a perfect one, just over the 10-metre mark.
Back off Tunisia.
Tunisia trying to find a way through that Scottish defence. First knock-on coming from Scotland.
Yeah, Mark's here.
Of course, the scrums are very competitive as well. A lot of people just feel that, well, the scrums are just there to start the next phase of play. It's not entirely true, and we've seen just how well South Africa scrum and put pressure on the opposition. Down from Lofty Nino of Tunisia. They've got 1 or 2 men with a fair bit of pace, have Tunisia. Big question is whether they can bring them into the game. Mazgar, the captain. A little bit of space sought down the left-hand touchline from Chemseddine Khalifa, one of the 2 Khalifas in the side.
Good discipline, thank you, Seven. Let's keep the ball, boys!
You can hear the call from down below there. Let's keep the ball, boys. Absolutely vital to hold possession. The more possession you've got, the easier it is. Or easier it should be. The ball was in skew in the line out, but they let it go by. Down the line from Heffernan O'Hare, and now the pace here of Andrew Turnbull, beautifully round his man. And Scotland then getting their 2nd try of this tournament.
Come on, less celebrating, more kicking, come on.
The first match for Scotland was very much a dearth of tries. They only scored that 1 against Argentina. This time Andrew Turnbull did particularly well. He had a bit of work to do. And got round his man Chadi Jabri. Of course, when you're not scoring a lot of tries, you want to try and make sure the conversions are good. This one just a little wide. So Mike Adamson with his 2nd start of the match. Those all-important first tackles, that time not made there by Scotland. Mazga found a bit of space, did the right thing, but unfortunately the pass going astray. Just the little finishing touches that are so important. We've seen it in matches leading up to this particular one,
Give yourself room, Scotland.
where players who've had opportunities have just let themselves down with some poor skills. That ball was also not in straight. This time the referee picks it up.
Scrum a line out, Tunisia. Scrum. Let's speed that ball up.
Well, terribly skew on that occasion. Peter Jericevic, who with the throw-in, of course, bearing in mind that most players in sevens are not hookers. Throwing the ball in accurately is not always that easy. This is a nice little run around from Tunisia. Opportunity now down the touchline there from Chadi Jabri. Well, it's not a bad thing that the crowd just oohed and awed, but it was a clever move that from Jabri. what you call a kick pass. Good support play as well, but a knock-on coming from them. So Scotland have a chance. Here we go with Mike Adamson. He hasn't got Andrew Turnbull's legs.
2, side entry.
Now, which direction could they go in? Well,
Number 2 in the side.
back they'll come. Referee was playing advantage.
Tunisia 2.
So Colin Shaw calling for the ball.
Let's go, Scotland.
It'll be Peter Juricevic who'll restart this game for Scotland. Just over 2 minutes left of this first half. Super running, poor defensive work this time by Tunisia. No overlap, a one-on-one situation, so sometimes better to come back in field. Reset. Tunisia committing quite a number of men to that breakdown point. Chance here for Heffernan O'Hare. Now the overlap. Oh, Scotland just very disappointing in their finishing touches there. They had possession for a fair amount of time. Unable to make the finish. Stephen Gemmell, their coach, looks as frustrated as anybody.
Straighter, middle. Touch! Pause, engage! 9 go 8, 9 go behind the ball.
Tunisia happy to run in there at 22. Well, that's good defensive work that by Andrew Turnbull.
Wait, Tunisia.
Quick take. Now they've got numbers here. I have Scotland. Question is the support wasn't in close, but yeah, is a chance now for Peter Juricevic. And another try then for Scotland. And his very first try in ILB Sevens rugby. You just see what JP Doyle, the referee, saying to Mike Adamson, come on, I need you to take this conversion. And tactically, players do sometimes waste a bit of time just to get their breath back. So the referees are very strict on that. Solid conversion then from Mike Adamson. And some changes then, or a change being made by Tunisia. They've brought on Mohamed Achraf Jif. Adamson, absolutely perfect kick right up into the sun. Making it difficult for the Tunisians, but they come away with it. Yes, Lofty Nino, and no one's going to catch him. He got the bounce that he needed. And first try then for Tunisia, in fact, in this tournament. Scored plenty of tries in his career, of course. Just watch the bounce here. Absolutely perfect for him, Lofty Nino. Into the bread basket. And got in close enough for an opportunity for the conversion. And another 2 points then. So Tunisia staying in the game at halftime as we heard the hooter and the whistle.
Touch, pause, engage. Over 600 entertainment channels at your fingertips. Fly Emirates. Keep discovering.
This weekend on Supersport, on Saturday, the world champions need speed and agility if they want to mesmerise in George and the Emirates Airline SA7s. Then the subcontinent produces what will surely be a far-west display of note. India take on Sri Lanka in the final T20. And the walls are caving in on Cosmos, and Supersport United are not meeting them to offer support. Then on Sunday, follow the pressure, playing for a purse of €1 million in the final day of the Sunshine Tour's Alfred Dunhill Championship. In the Heineken Cup, Bath must draw on their Walter Springboks when they take on Edinburgh. And Rafa Benitez will be desperate for his charges to deliver against an unpredictable Arsenal at Anfield. The weekend entertainment's guaranteed on SuperSport.
Well, it was suggested then that this could be a tight game, and it certainly has been up to half-time. Tunisia perhaps a little lucky to get that try that they've just scored prior to half-time. Absolutely vital for these two teams to try and somehow get a victory out of this. Short kick-off from Mazgar.
Go forward, advantage,
Immediate
over.
bounce then in favour of the Tunisians.
Five away. Got injury. Time off, please. You have to go get that treated, okay? He's going to have to go, okay, Jim?
Well, the Scottish players just with a head injury. A little bit of blood, so we'll have to get repair work done. And onto the park comes Lee Jones.
Okay. Time out, please.
He comes from the bench, what they call the non-starters in sevens.
Okay, give me enough.
Not reserves or replacements.
Touch, pause, engage.
Oh, Tunisia trying to work their way across the field, but the Scottish defence holding well. Look far better organised than they have been in previous years. Oh, this is good play this by Tunisia. Good support play, but that ball's gone forward.
Forward pass from Scotland.
Tunisia getting themselves into a good position, but then their players don't seem to be really well organised in support. This time Mazgar into the half gap. Super slow-mo there, just giving us an indication of what went wrong. Change of direction, Juricevic. Oh, Scotland, they certainly have got some really quick players in their side. Here's one of them. It's Lee Jones, and they're not going to catch Lee Jones. He's found his way through, outside and then inside. That's a really important score, that, for Scotland, to stretch that lead and take the pressure off them. You heard Stephen Gemmell at half-time. Just those of you that understand Scottish English, that is. So Jones then getting round his man there. Poor defensive work from Abbas Kafani. And then once again, inside he came. You just cannot slip those tackles. Certainly we've got a man of this pace coming at you. Mike Adamson taking his time over the conversion. There's the Heineken tent, just as we said earlier, just absolutely jam-packed. They'll all come out when South Africa play again. Let's hope they come out for some of the other games, because they're also missing some pretty good rugby. Those kicks really come from hours of practice. Absolutely perfect there from Mike Adamson. Well, just about perfect. Change of direction, Lofty Nino. He's been quite active for Tunisia today. Scotland just slipping a few tackles, almost looking a little tired on occasion. Once again, Lofty Nino, another chance for them. But equally another chance for Scotland. Tunisia had committed all their men up front, and very often in sevens rugby you need to have a sweeper just in case something goes wrong and someone breaks the line, that you've got a last line of defence. Andrew Turnbull back on the park with some running repairs, and Lee Jones, who his short period on the field of play saw a try being scored, a very important one. 19-7 then, Scotland lead.
Get up, get up, get up. Get up. Wait for the ball. Wait for the ball. No, stay strong. Crouch, touch, pause, engage.
Scotland quick from that scrummage. Andrew Turnbull, if he gets past one or two, they're not going to stop him. On this occasion, he's held up by Hossam Khalifa.
Roll, Tunisia, 5.
Neat play by Scotland, just holding on to possession. Once again, this is really good running here from Juricevic.
Time off, time off. Don't do that. Let go, stand up. 2, Tunisia. Yeah.
Here's some Vahani off the park.
Let's go, Tunisia, let's go.
You get another change for Tunisia, just trying to reverse their fortunes. Seen very few lineouts in this match. And in fact, not too many scrums either, so it's been pretty free-flowing. Big tussle at the point of breakdown. Nice pickup, beautifully played. Tunisia finding a little bit of space. And some good support play. We've seen some excellent play from Lofty Nino. Now the chance as well, but the ball taken away there by Andrew Turnbull.
Contest. Let it go on the ground, both players. Advantage. Let it go, Scotland.
Oh, Tunisia certainly, well, they're going to get the penalty. Scotland playing the ball while they were lying on the ground. Vital for Tunisia to score right now.
Knock on. Advantage, Scotland. Advantage over.
Here's another chance now. Tunisia just finding
Release
themselves without a last line of defence at all.
Advantage Scotland, high tackle.
And Scotland now a real chance for them. Is well, there's a big chase coming in with the referee.
Right, time off.
Got his timing pretty right, because he's going to give a penalty to Scotland, and believing that they would not have scored a try.
Scotland were coming this way, the ball, yeah?
Yes. Tunisia running, passing. Those can they tackle Scotland? Scotland.
Here. Okay, it's a high tackle against Scotland 10.
Tunisia, another chance for Mazga, their captain. Oh, he's going to get a try. Is it a consolation one? Or can Tunisia perhaps just steal a march here? His first try then of the season. And it certainly was a captain's try and an important one. The conversion is good from Lofty Nino. And suddenly, the Tunisians are back in the mix. Poor defensive work from Scotland. Certainly seemed to be tiring somewhat. Asgar's kick. Scotland using the width of the field. Oh, this is now good running once again. Yeah, Andrew Turnbull has found space past two Tunisian defenders.
Put it back, Tony.
And that certainly will seal it for Scotland. Another super try from Andrew Turnbull, second one of the match. Hooter in the background. Mike Adamson with a conversion. So it's Scotland then who get their first